Welcome back to more Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I about said Shippuden. I got that on my mind, I guess. I don't know why. But today we are starting the Chunnin exams. I don't know why I said start the Chunnin exams, but we're really continuing them because we did it last episode, technically. But that's besides the point. In this part, well, last episode, as you saw, we fought Orochimaru. I may discuss this or not. I don't know. I'm doing a retake after I've already finished the LP. Don't know why I'm telling everyone that, but I feel like it. You know, why not? Insider look. But last episode, we fought Orochimaru, and in the show, he puts a curse mark on Sasuke, which becomes a big plot point for Sasuke as a character, because I don't know, it's a really big part of his character. Can't really say why, spoilers, you know. But, yeah, that happens. They skip a fight, where Sakura is taking care of Naruto and Sasuke, and she has to fight the Sound Ninja, which is the village Orochimaru runs. They skip that out completely, which is weird because it's the first time you see Sasuke's curse mark. And I don't even think we see his curse mark mode in this. I mean, we see it in the game, but it's only if you do his, like, finisher. Or his ultimate jutsu, whatever. That's the only time, and I think that's really odd. You would think they would show something important like that off, because that's a big character moment for Sakura, because she does the whole, like, cut her hair thing, which is, like, a sign, like, in Japan, or, like, I think in Japan it's, like, a metaphor for, like, moving on in life or something, or having, like, a new ambition. I don't know. It's Japan. I don't question it. So yeah, this part right here of the game is, in the show, it's a really big fan favorite because it's literally a tournament arc, like I said. It's probably, well, I don't know, I probably mentioned that because it's probably in the original recording. But whatever. It's Brittany! No, okay, I can explain this real quick. If you watch Sawyer 7 Mate, the anime / manga YouTube where he does reviews, you'll get that joke. But I don't like this fight, because I don't like Sakura. I think she's a boring as piss character. I've talked about this before. And I don't like Ino, because Ino is just like, she's literally like, it's Brittany! You know, like Britney Spears. She does kind of remind me of Britney Spears, at least in this part of the show, before she gets character development. But Ino is kind of boring. This fight in general is kind of boring. It's like when you watch a show about okay, specifically, like a show and it focuses on a character who you don't like, you're not gonna give a shit. That's literally what this fight is, except it's two characters. This fight was pretty meh in the show. It's pretty meh in the game, because Sakura sucks, and she never gets better, at least in the games. Like, gameplay-wise, or, what the heck, moveset-wise, so I'm looking for here. But I should explain, because in the show, they have too many, combatants in the Chunnin exams, they have a preliminary thing where they have to get rid of each other. And random Sakura Titan, yes, I know, it's very weird. I should probably explain what that was. Sakura has, like, this joke in part 1, and kind of in part 2, where she says, she has, like, these inner thoughts, and that big, like, Titan thing, is her thoughts or conscience. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care enough. But in the fight in the show, they knock each other out. I think they do, like, in classic anime fashion, they both, like, hit each other, like, in, like, the jaw, and it knocks them out, so neither of them win, and Sakura can't fight in the finals of the Chunnin exam. Also, they skipped Sasuke's fight, which sucks, because he does an Alliance Barrage, and that's a cool move. It's time for the strongest character in the entire series, Tenten, and by strongest, I mean she does jack shit in the show, or series. I'm surprised this got a fight and the Sakura fighting the Sound Ninja didn't, because this fight is not really important to, like, the plot. I mean, Tamari wins in this fight against Tenten, and Tenten gets her ass beat in a few seconds. Tenten mostly uses weapons, and her ultimate jutsu is pretty cool. Have a quick look. Why does Tenten, one of the most least important characters in the series, get such an awesome ultimate jutsu? I don't get that. Her moves, in all honesty, I actually like playing as Tenten. She's kind of fun to play with, which is weird because, like I said, she's not very important in the show. And she's like literally a joke of the series. Like, her and the ramen guy are like jokes, and they're awesome for it. I mean, everybody thought the ramen guy was going to be the final villain in the series, just joke-wise, but I don't know. This fight doesn't add anything. Tamari is the girl with the big fan. She uses a fan to fight. She just uses, like, wind jutsu. It's kind of neat. She's no, like, airbender for an Avatar fan out there. But I do like this part of the series, though, just because I like tournament arcs a lot. Every show should have one. And even if it has nothing to do with the show, every show should have a tournament arc. Just do it. But I shouldn't say that, because Fairy Tail had a tournament arc and it sucked. But it's a good fight. There's a lot of good fights in this arc, and it helps. I want to talk about the movies real quickly. Naruto movies, people who give a shit, are like the Pokemon movies, where you watch them and you're like, okay, they're enjoyable to watch, but you know they're not good movies. Except for the last two movies, and not like the Naruto Part 1, like the Part 2, like the Naruto, or the last Naruto the movie, you should say it like that, and the Boruto movie. Well, I'll say the Boruto movie is good. It's kind of like those. I'd say the only one who I'd count as good is probably the last Naruto the movie. Yeah, you can say it like that. This is Kiba Inuzuka. Kiba uses a dog to fight. This little dog, Akamaru. This fight is okay. Like, it helps, pretty much prove that Naruto is the underdog, I guess, in the series. Also, this fight, is this where something Jutsu? What other, Naruto Uzumaki Barrage is where this comes from, but he doesn't do this. In the show, he, like, kicks Kiba up in the air with, like, clones, and, like, there's, like, a, not a drop kick, but he, like, kicks Kiba down with his foot. It's really neat. He also beats Kiba with a fart. It's really odd. You have to watch the fight to really understand completely. It sounds very weird out of context to know. But this is a good fight for Naruto as a character, because it does help develop him, because Kiba's pretty much shitting on him the entire time of the fight. And Naruto's like, you know, fuck this. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. It's a neat fight, though. I mean, Kiba, it's sad, because after this fight, he's pretty much a wimp throughout the rest of the show. Like, he's in the final arc of Part 1, and he has a fight, but that's about it, because, like, in the Shippuden, like, a lot of other, like, a lot of the Rookie 9 members, he doesn't do a lot, which kind of sucks, because I like the Rookie 9 guys, except for probably Hinata. He's kind of boring. I'm gonna get hate for that. How does this work indoors? Like, that has to be a big-ass building for Naruto to be able to throw him like that. Also, Naruto must have, like, superhuman... I mean, he's a ninja and it's an anime, but he has really, like, superhuman strength to throw all those clones with Kiba on that. Like, those clones must be, like, the weight... Like, they must be, like, have helium in them or something. Like, it's the only way that makes sense. I'm really questioning an anime with ninjas. It's really pathetic. Yeah, I totally skipped that, didn't mean to, but fuck it. This is Hinata, who we're playing as the girl. Hinata has a crush on Naruto. I don't really like Hinata. I think she's really boring, because the problem with this show is they do develop her, but I never, like, they'll develop her, and then you, like, leave her alone for a long time, come back, develop for, like, a few seconds, and then throw her away. So I never care much about Hinata. This fight's okay. Like, okay. I should explain, her and Neji both are Hyuga from the Hyuga clan. Their eyes, if you're asking why they look like milky white, they have like a Kekkei Genkai. It's a trait, bloodline thing. And they can like see people's chakra points and like poke them out, like I think it's a Chinese style of fighting. I might be wrong on that. I need to do more research. Probably should, but I won't. But I like the Hyuga clan. They're pretty cool because they press the chakra points, they can see shit, and when they turn on their Ryakugan, which is their eyes, they have like veins. It's cool looking. Better than the Sharingan in my opinion. But Hinata's just really boring. I never really liked her. I don't like. I'll talk this in a later episode, but a lot of the female characters in Naruto tend to suck. Hinata, I think, is one of them. I mean, a lot of people disagree with me, like, oh, she's a great character. I'm like, nah, TBH. She's kind of boring. Neji, on the other hand, is pretty cool. I can't say a lot because I'm going to say more about him in a future episode, so I'll just say he's neat, and he's Hinata's cousin. Which is weird because in the show, in the manga too, they're like, oh, Neji's my brother, and they're cousins. I'm like, why do you say like that? I don't know if that's a Japanese thing or if it's a fuck up on Kishimoto's part, but it's very odd. I could end this fire now, but I kept trying to get Hinata's ultimate jutsu because I don't know why. I like to end these fights really flashy. Don't ask why. But in the fight, Hinata loses because Neji... How does he beat her again? I think he, like, presses... No, he just keeps beating the shit out of her, is what I remember. And then Naruto gets mad, picks up Hinata's blood, he's like, I swear I'm gonna beat you, which they're gonna fight, I think, well, yeah, in the next episode, so we'll be seeing that next time. Time for a favorite fight in the series for me and many fans.
今こそ自分の人道を貫き守り通す時。
早々にあなたと戦えるなんて嬉しい限りです。
I don't know if the game glitched there, but it did not have Gaara's, like, sound come out. I don't know if it's a glitch. I hope it is, because it's neat. But this is Rock Lee and Gaara the Sand. Rock Lee, if you obviously cannot tell, is based off of Bruce Lee. He can only use taijutsu, which is, like, physical attacks, like, you know, punch, kick, you know, seems like a Street Fighter thing. I know. But he can't use ninjutsu. He just can't, for some reason. Well, he can, but he sucks at it. Kind of like Naruto did. That's why people like Rock Lee. He's a very different character, and he uses his, what some people would say a weakness, and he turns that into a strength, where he doesn't have to rely on jutsu, so he has to worry about using chakra. Which is weird that he has a chakra bar. I get why, but it's very odd. He's a fan favorite character because he's really weird, and he's kind of quirky. He even got his own spin-off. I think it's like Rock Lee and his ninja pals. It focuses on Lee, Tenten, and Neji, because they're in the same team. That show was okay, and like, I didn't really care enough. I said that, but the Akatsuki episode, we'll learn who the Akatsuki are later on, is pretty funny. Gaara of the Sand. Gaara is a antagonist. He uses sand to fight. Gaara, basically, with this sand, what he can do, this is a really cool thing, is he can use his sand, like you see right there, to attack people from a distance, and he can use it as a shield in the show, which is really neat. Like, in the show, they make this big deal, it's like, oh, no one's ever hit Gaara before, and Lee hits Gaara, and Gaara uses, like, a sand, it's like a, he has, like, sand armor, like, if you punch him, like, sand will pop off. It's a really neat thing. This fight, in general, is really popular because the animation's really good, and the choreography is really good in it. I love the fight, because Lee uses these things called the gates, and he makes them basically, like, go red. And he's like, I don't want to say Super Saiyan, but he beats the shit out of Gaara. Like, there's a part where, like, he throws Gaara in the air, and he's, like, just punching. Like, Gaara can't, like, land or anything. The sand can't, like, catch up, and Lee's just beating the shit out of him, going from, like, one place to another. It's really cool. And this is Lee's ultimate jutsu. It's kind of weird. See, it's very odd. I love these games for that. I love them for their very weird animations and just flashy shit. Like, Storm 3 is really good with that. Storm 2 as well. And Storm 4 is also really good with that, especially in the story mode. Some of the stuff they do, it's insane. I don't know, I do enjoy the Chunnin exam arc. It's pretty fun. It's time to introduce also a fan favorite character, Jiraiya the Toad Sage, any minute now game.
デコボココンビ結成伝説のガマ仙人ジライア登場
So Jiraiya is the Toad Sage. He's one of the 3 Sannin. I think he's actually based off of the Japanese lore of Jiraiya. He may, I don't know if that's the name, but there's a Toad Sage he wants a snake, which is Orochimaru. I think his name's actually Jiraiya. You can go read that up, because I'm not going to talk about the entire thing. Screw that. But he fights a snake. It's really neat. It's a big thing in Japanese lore. Jiraiya is a favorite character because when he's funny, he can be really serious. Like, I'm not going to say a lot about him, because we'll talk about him more later on, but Jiraiya in Storm 2, and just in the series in general, he's definitely a fan favorite because he's a very charming guy with a great backstory, so I'll just leave it at that. But he's going to train Naruto for the upcoming part of the Chunnin exam, so we have to do this, which is weird because in the show, it's all about, when they do this, it's about Naruto walking on water instead of running up a tree. So basically it makes the Naruto Jesus joke. Storm 4 is even funnier about that. But you know, it's weird they did that instead of making, like, a water thing. Like, I mean, I get why they didn't make it a separate minigame, but still, it would have been nice, because I'm not a big fan of these, tree running minigames. I think they're kind of boring. But, it works. I mean, like I said, I like Jiraiya. He's one of the 3 Sannin, like Orochimaru. Will we see the 3rd one later in the game? Of course we will, because I just teased it. But yeah, I like Jiraiya. He's neat. But going back to the movies, I talked about this earlier with the movies, I should say. The movies are okay. Like, the first movie, it's better to watch the abridged series, but like the abridged first movie about Little Karibo, because it's pretty funny. And, the second one, The Stone of Galal, or Galel. I don't know, it sounds like you're saying Jalal from Fairy Tail, because it screws with me. And the third one's just meh.
腹せうっぷんエロ仙人との手合わせ修行
Yeah, Naruto calls Jiraiya pervy sage because Jiraiya's a pervert. He writes, like, books and stuff. And Naruto's like, oh, these are erotic novels. Because Kakashi, if you ever see his model, he's always reading a book. Jiraiya writes that book.
俺の力見せてやる
さてさてどの程度のもんかの戦闘開始
I like Jiraiya's Japanese voice actor a lot. He's in a lot of anime I've watched. Like, I think he's the narrator for... Wait, no, he's not the narrator for One Piece. I don't know who that is. Well, completely ignored what I was about to say there. Jiraiya is kind of a tanky fighter, I feel like. He's not really, like, terrible, but he's not, like, my favorite character to play with. He's just kind of okay. Yeah, he's Jiraiya. Like I said, he's one of my favorite characters in the show, but in the games, I just can't use him. It's all about that Sasuke action. It's very odd I'm like that fighting games, where I don't really like to play as the main character a lot. Well, the poster character. I always like to play as the secondary character. Like in Street Fighter, I don't like to use Ryu. I like to play as Ken, because Ken is the superior fighter. Anyway, he doesn't agree with me, he can Street Fighter me IRL. But it's same in this game. That was a giant frog. But I can play as Naruto, and he's okay, but if I have the chance to play as Sasuke, I'm gonna play as Sasuke. Even like in Mortal Kombat, it's like, oh, you can play as Scorpion. I'm like, fuck that, Sub-Zero all the way, dude. I don't know, it's just, I like the second guy more. It's very odd. Like Luigi over Mario. Even though in Smash 4, I pick Mario over Luigi, because Luigi's not nearly as good in Smash 4. At least I don't think. Mario is top tier, but if you play Melee, man, it's all about that Luigi and Link action for me. Well, and Roy, and I should probably just play Melee instead right now. But I'm recording a game, or I'm recording commentary, so I can't do that. Oh yeah, I should mention, before this, Naruto wants to go get trained by Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, nope, I'm gonna go train Sasuke. You can train with Ebisu. Second episode guy, don't worry about it. He's not very important to the plot. But Naruto's like, fuck this guy, he's weak, and he finds Jiraiya, and Jiraiya teaches him. That's all you need to know at this point.
逆転の主従関係ナルトと文太の大勝負
わしに
So yeah, if you're wondering, like, if you're so confused right now why we're fighting a giant frog out of nowhere, Jiraiya wants to unlock the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra out of Naruto, so Naruto can learn how to use it a little bit. And Naruto falls down a cliff. Jiraiya pushes him down a cliff, and Naruto's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die!" And he does a summoning jutsu, which is like you summon animals. And he summons this big frog, Gamabunta, who's the chief toad. That's the abridged version for you. Like I said, it's better to watch some of these parts and get it. But, and yeah, Gamabunta comes out, and he's like, "You know what? You can use me or work with me if you can hit my head or stay on my head." Well, in the show, it's if you can stay on his head for a while, I think. Until sundown, I want to believe. Or whatever it is. And Naruto does it and beats Gamabunta. But in this game, it's like, oh, if you can hit my head, you know, I'll work for you. And these are giant battles, I should explain. We'll do another one of these later in the game, it's like spoiler. But I like these giant battles, because they're the best sense of animation, and while in games giant battles tend to suck, I do like them in these games, because they look cool, but they get better the more you do giant battles, especially in Storm 4, from what I've heard and seen. But yeah, they're neat. But really all you're doing in this fight is throw shuriken at him. You can throw chakra shuriken if you want. I don't, really. Make sure you dodge his attacks. Like, they're really easy. Just dodge his water bullets, dodge his tongue, and dodge his fist with a knife. You know, the basic... The lesson from what I'm trying to tell you is do not get hurt in video games, because you will die. Because, to quote, Fate Stay Night, people die when they are killed. I'm sorry for forcing that joke. Quick time events, you know how to do these. I mean, they're probably, somebody will probably prove me wrong on this, but I don't think these things ever get too quick time event heavy. They have their quick time events, but it's nothing like, let's say, God of War, I guess, where there's quick time events like everywhere. Or better at like Kingdom Hearts 2, where it's like triangle button all the time. Like, you'll do quick time events, and we'll see it in this fight, but they're never like too much for you to handle. Like, I'm not saying God of War Kingdom Hearts 2 are, but you know, like, it's never like the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 where you're mashing on the triangle and X button for like a minute or two straight. At least I can't think of a time where it's like that, but I mean, I could be proved wrong. Dodges shockwaves, because every giant fight in a video game has to have shockwaves. I don't know why that is a thing, but every game does that, and it's so annoying. Like, why does every game need a giant buff with a shockwave? Well, not every game, because like waifu sims don't have that, but you gotta relate that back to anime, you know.